am weightless. Underneath your wind I soar. Wasted, I feel wasted with every breath.
Hello and welcome. I'm happy to have you here with me today, meal prepping for the upcoming week. It will be a very busy week between starting a new job, birthday celebrations, and other tasks. If you saw my previous video, you know I got some water kefir grains that I've now activated, so it's time to expand with more water and food for them. I mix 4 tablespoons of sugar into 1 liter of water, and I will let this first batch sit for about 2 days. This is not really a part of the meal prep, but it was in my camera roll, so I thought I'd include it anyway. This is what we've been eating during this week. Filet of lamb with vegetable and feta cheese roast, served with tzatziki sauce and homemade pickled onions. I am letting the lamb marinate for about 1 hour in the fridge before cooking it. Meanwhile, I let the oven heat up and prep the vegetables. I'm using zucchini, bell peppers, potatoes, tomatoes, and olives. I think that red onion would be really good with this too. Maybe some aubergine if you have it. Feel free to use whatever you have at hand, although Mediterranean vegetable suits best. Add all the vegetables to a roasting pan of some sort, drizzle with olive oil, salt and pepper, and mix it all together before adding the olives and feta cheese. Bake it on 220 degrees Celsius for about 30 to 40 minutes. Depends on how roasted you want it. Now I go ahead and sear the lamb in a very hot iron skillet with some butter and olive oil. I just want some color on them before finishing in the oven. I'm not letting any of these delicious juices and flavors go to waste. Cook them in the oven on 150 degrees Celsius until they reach 60 degrees Celsius inside. I am roasting the vegetables at the same time as the meat. In this case, it will take about 1 hour for them to finish, with grill setting at the end.
I'd die a million times for you. I follow you with every step that you take. I will give you everything, my all. But for you, I'm a ghost.
This was my workout view this morning, although I feel a little bit bad for the deer struggling to walk in the hard snow. But not a bad view, huh? I thought that a lasagna would be great to keep in the freezer to bring to work. I made this lasagna one time before and it's really good. It's actually vegan. I don't put my diet into a specific category since I do eat almost everything. I avoid some types of meat and I do see my diet as healthy and varied. I was vegetarian for years and before that I did not eat a lot of meat, so vegetarian or vegan is my comfort zone. Although the last couple of years I wanted to venture out of my comfort zone and broaden my cooking skills, so that meant a bit more meat. I usually eat fish or beef in that case. Lamb is something I started eating last year actually. I don't eat chicken at all and I'm not a fan of pork. At least now you know what to expect out of my cooking on this channel. I hope that I can give you some inspiration.
All these dried up bones are running wild on this old night. Sitting by the traffic lights, don't know. I don't know if I should go. I once called this home. Same old rusty fence and cracks and dents. Puddles in the pavement, yet I don't know. I don't know which way to go. Endless nights in candlelight, open wounds that just don't feel quite right. Hollow eyes and dried up cries, all will fade come daylight. Come daylight, will it be alright? Come daylight. Even in my darkest hour, your shadows loom, they grow taller. You, yeah, you make me see with eyes so clear. Nothing's lost, there's nothing left to fear. Oh, these dried up bones are running wild on this old night. Sitting by the traffic lights, oh no, I don't know if I should go.
The kefir is fully activated and is ready to be flavored. I am flavoring this one with raspberry and lime. I decided to sweeten my kefir with natural sweeteners from now on, using honey or dates. It's been a few hours, and once I'm happy with the taste and color, I pour it into a bottle. Although I will not be using these glass bottles anymore, and you'll soon see why. I made the next batch with mango, ginger and lemon. Another part to my meal prep is breakfast. I have been eating this oatmeal for years, sometimes with a break in between, but it gives me energy and keeps me full until lunchtime. Oats are anti-inflammatory as well, so I always feel really good when starting my day with it. To top the oatmeal, I usually make these spiced apples or bananas. I bought a dicer solely for this purpose because I make this so often. I then fry the apples with honey, cinnamon and cardamom until they are soft, but not too soft. I still want a bit of a crunch. And once they form this sort of glaze, I make these overnight oats with 1 deciliter of oats. Mine are gluten-free because I simply like the texture of them. 1 teaspoon of chia seeds and 1.5 deciliter of milk, or in my case I always use oat milk, that's a bit more creamier. A few pinches of salt, pop in the fridge, and they're ready the next day to be eaten cold or heated up with the apples. I always make them for the whole week, so easy and accessible. Before I get into the dinner, I just wanted to show you what happened with the kefir. I took it out of the fridge, and when I opened it, it kinda exploded. I think the pressure in these glass bottles are too high since no air can escape out. So from now on I use plastic bottles and I screw the lid on quite loosely. But it was super bubbly and delicious with this fresh raspberry taste. I was so happy to finally drink my own water kefir again. The very last thing of the meal prep is dinner. I made this essentially as my pre-birthday celebratory dinner. It's one of my favorite meals ever. But I thought, why not make it a bigger batch to eat for dinner throughout the week? It's a very flavorful fish soup or stew using fennel, carrots, shallot, onions. I usually have celery too and potatoes. The fish I'm using is haddock, my favorite. It's a bit more firm and saltier than cod. I added mussels and fresh shrimps too. We ate the shrimps the night before, and I always keep the shells for this occasion. I actually made something similar to this in another video a while back. Strain the liquid. I double strain it to get a clear broth. Rinse the saucepan and fry the vegetables together with tomato paste, salt, black pepper, chili pepper, saffron and garlic. Once the vegetables are softer and the spices are aromatic, add the white wine. If there's alcohol in it, cook it for a little bit before adding the broth. And potatoes. I then add strained tomatoes and sour cream and let this cook for about 10 to 15 minutes or until the potatoes are almost soft before adding the fish and mussels. Meanwhile, we pop open a prosecco and eat my favorite cheese, Morbier, to let the celebrations begin. Today, on the 14th of January, is my 30th birthday, and this morning I got a lovely breakfast and a present beyond my expectations. Something that I always wanted, a KitchenAid. I have also gotten a bunch of beautiful flowers from loved ones. I feel happy, content and grateful. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Take care. Bye bye.